Hey guys, here's a surprise video that I didn't expect to make, but I got a lot done the last few days, so I'm pretty excited to share an update, but I'm actually not going to share the update until the end of the video. So you have to watch the video before you can hear about the update, because there's some important stuff on this video, and the theme of this video is what I need from you guys. That's why I need you guys to watch and pay attention to what I need from you guys, so that way you guys can help. So I'm basically teaching you guys. But this video shouldn't be long. I created another outline, so it should hopefully go smooth and probably be the shortest video. That's what I'm hoping. But let's jump right into things. Alright, so for one, I don't have a Facebook account, and I don't want to make one, but I highly do ask you guys to hopefully make a Facebook account if you really want to have kind of a community going on. Facebook is a great way to go, but I just don't want to take the time and the effort to make one. And for many other reasons why I don't want to make one. So Facebook is highly a plus on that side. If you guys want to make it, you guys decide on that one, and then just let me know. Twitter. Twitter is a great way to give updates. That's something I will create on my own time if you guys want it. If you guys want instant updates, I definitely will. I'll definitely update that thing daily. So definitely you won't get daily videos like you have been getting. This is very rare and very unusual I do this, but I'm getting a lot done with the little time I have, because this game really isn't that hard to make, to be honest. It's really simple, which is why I'm surprised another fan game of this game hasn't been made. The only tough thing is doing the dimensional dice. That's about it, but it's not hard. It just takes a lot of time, especially if you want to do customizable dice like I'm doing, but more on that later. Alright, so Twitter, if you guys want that, please let me know. Forums, I want someone, if you guys can, to make a forum. I have a website. I know I mentioned earlier I don't have a website. I do have a website, but it's not for Dungeon Dice Monsters. If you guys want me to use that, I can. It does come with its own forum thing. The website's really old, and it's from one of those web servers, so it's not fully made by me. I can make my own website, which is funny that I don't ever do that, but I'm not a big fan of web design. I only do it when it benefits me in a way, for instance, money purposes. So, yeah. Another thing I keep on forgetting to mention is to share. What I mean by share is basically tell people about this project, people who you think are interested, or post it in your videos. I don't even care. Just say, is there some guy who's making a Dungeon Dice Monsters fan-made game, and he needs community help. So definitely do it, whatever it takes, because right now there's a couple of views, which is nice, but not as much as I'd hoped, to be honest. Not that I'm acting, like I need views or something like that, but what I'm saying is I would like more people involved. It's not for my own benefit. And when I used to do push mode levels, I used to get like 1,000 views a day, but people were really into that. Now, I'm not expecting that much, and it's not on this channel, it's on a different channel. But anyways, enough about that. It would be nice to at least get a couple more tens of people. I'm not asking for hundreds, just tens. Like, if I had literally a community of just 30 people, that'd be good enough. Because once this game's out there, once they see that there's something actually being, impressively made, then I'm sure there'll be more people. But for right now, if I at least had, 30 people, that'd be awesome. So, I really need you guys' help on that. Because, like I said, I don't have a Facebook or anything like that. I never needed one. So, if you guys could definitely post it wherever you can, that'd be greatly appreciated. Honestly, because there's more people from the videos. The way I got started with this was I posted a question on people who did Dungeon Dice Monster gameplays or whatever. I posted a question saying, how would you guys like if I made a video game version of this? And I've been doing this with several other games. I did it with some Pac-Man game that was a board game called Wacky Wit, and people really react and they really respond to that. So that's how I started. So I'm leaving it to you guys to hopefully expand it, because I'm really limited on time, highly limited on time. And if you guys want me to devote all my time on this instead of promoting this, then, on the program, if you guys want me to spend all my time programming the game instead of promoting it, oh man, it's kind of silly hitting them together, promoting and programming. Anyways, sorry it's late, so I'm acting kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want me to just focus more on the programming, then definitely I want you guys to promote this. It'd be extremely grateful of me or grateful of you, actually, to do it. I can promote it, but it just takes time, and I'd rather use that time working on the game. In fact, I have the game up right now, and it's really improved. I'll let you guys know that. I'm not going to update, or I'm not going to do a video gameplay update and show hopefully this weekend. And more on that later on. I keep on spoiling a little bit of the details. But anyway, all right. The next thing is, this is optional. Donations. That'd be great because that would really push me to really work on this game even harder. I mean, it's not mandatory, but definitely donations. I don't really know how that works actually. I think you just post your PayPal's email and you basically just send money through that. It's been a long time since I ever got a donation, but donations would be great. And all the money I make from the donations won't be used on myself. It'll be definitely used for the benefit of the game. And there's different ways I could do that. For instance, it could definitely go to help me get a new laptop. So that way the compiling process will improve. Because actually the compiling actually, believe it or not, takes a lot of computer power, especially on the high level language you're using. And my compilers are now slowing down on my poor computer because this computer is almost, I think, 6 or 7 years old. So, 3 more years and they'll probably be no longer any use. But yeah, so I definitely plan on getting another computer. All right, next thing. This is a big thing for me. Questions. I definitely want questions. If you guys have any question, feel free to ask. I'm not a jerk about it. And if I don't answer it, I'll definitely answer it in a video. So, yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but this is now the 3rd video I've created. I highly recommend you guys to watch each video in all of its entirety. Because there's a lot of information, believe it or not. I give out a lot of information about what's going on. And a lot of it's really cool and really exciting. So, really, I hope my videos aren't boring. I hope they're actually entertaining, where you're hearing stuff you want to hear or stuff you're thinking about. And that's what I try to do. I try to get you guys excited about this idea. So, if you hear a lot of weird sounds in the background, it's me playing around with a mechanical pencil because I'm actually writing down notes as I go. Last thing I really need is some images. Music and all that stuff, I could take care of myself. Me and my brother. My brother's an audio engineer, really successful. We'll definitely take care of the music. It'll sound really great too. It'll sound excellent, actually. Images is definitely something I need, and it doesn't matter what. And I might actually post a couple images during this video, I'm not sure, of what I already have, and it's not a lot. And like, at least the crests. The crests are just basic. But like I said in a previous video, if you guys have a better idea for the crest images, definitely send them. For right now, I'm using the basic crest that they use in the cartoon, which I like a lot. I think those crests look pretty cool. But I know that people come up with even better crests that we can use, because I definitely want everything to be kind of original. The only thing that won't be original is some of the monsters and the characters that you face. There'll be some original characters that I create and maybe other people create. But yeah, definitely, like I said, I don't want to be the only person on board making this game. Definitely there could be more people. However, I will be the main lead of this game, if that's okay with you guys, since I am programming it. So, okay, so that's enough about that. Oh, a couple more things actually I added. I just noticed that. Server, if anyone can help me with the server for online play, that'd be great. Alright, that's enough with that. Now let's go on with some updates, which I'm sure you guys are excited to hear about. Alright, it's 8 minutes in, so I'm going to try to make this kind of quick. If you guys enjoy the long videos, let me know. I really need you guys' suggestions and your guys' comments. I'm not getting enough of that. I really need to know what I'm doing right and wrong. Because, yeah, I'm just going at my own pace at this point. Alright, so here's the current status of the game. The game is doing really well, actually. In just a little bit of time, I was able to get a lot done. So, right now what we have are customizable dice at the moment. There's only a couple panels I put in to test with, but they work fantastically. And what I mean by customizable dice, is basically there's a bunch of array dimensions. More array dimensions than I've ever had to work with, because normally I don't have to work with that many array dimensions. And, yeah, there's quite a bit. I'm looking at them right now. And they work really nice. Arrays really do a lot of work for those of you who want to become programmers. Definitely get used to arrays. One way to practice them is learn your matrix and your Cramer's laws. That really helps with how numbers kind of move around. Believe it or not, those are basically matrices. I mean, those are basically arrays. They really help with programming. I'm not lying. And think of them as puzzles if you want to be a programmer. Anyway, where am I? Oh, okay. So the game is in great shape. By the weekend, I really hope, and it should happen. Tomorrow I won't have any time to work on the game, but later on in the week I will. I'll have plenty. I'll probably have 6 hours during the week to work on it, plus the weekend. And then not only that, next week is actually spring break from the university, so that's good. That's time. That's a lot of time. So I'll be definitely able to do a lot next week. But definitely by the weekend, I'm hoping maybe Friday if I'm not going out, I should have a first. This is pretty exciting. I hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are wearing some clothes. No, I'm just playing. I'm really hoping and really planning that by either Friday or Saturday to at least have a first one player only practice gameplay playthrough thing. Now that doesn't mean playing a full game. That's just one player basically rolling dice, collecting crests, and summoning monsters, and then moving the monster, and that's about it. And I'm going to try to add as much as I can, but at least movement is enough. Now, don't get too excited like the monster's going to be amazing. It's not. It's probably going to be like a silly little happy face I create, but it will be able to move around. There'll definitely be spaces. There'll definitely be dimensions and stuff. And don't expect, like I said, don't expect too much, but definitely this should be at least exciting enough where you at least see the game a little bit in action. Now, everything's just a placeholder, so everything, the way it looks and everything, expect it to change. It's not going to stay that way. So it's going to look kind of silly and kind of cheap, but you'll see that there is a working mechanic going on within the game, and it'll work really well. I could promise you that. So, what was that? What else was I going to say on that topic? But again, what you'll see is you'll basically see me rolling dice, which the dice won't roll. You just see random numbers appear. Well, actually, random figures. It should be pictures. Me putting down a dimension path, and then me summoning a monster or a happy face, whatever it is, and moving it up and down the path. And I want to make it as far as being able to walk all the way to the opposite side and attack the monster lord or dungeon lord or whatever his name is. I still haven't looked up what his actual name is, but that's not important right now. So that's what you should have by the end of the week, and that's actually pretty good with the limited amount of time I have. So imagine that keep on doubling within each week. So then hopefully next week there'll be a player 2, because right now there are player 1 and player 2 mechanics. Just I'm working solely on just controlling player 1's basic turn and gameplay. Doing player 2 will be just as easy because there's no extra variables I need to create. Everything's just there in a dimension. So I'm not sure if that makes sense to a lot of you guys, but just trust me. Because basically, if there's a player 1, basically there's a player 2 already there. The only difference is basically the pattern of phases. There's different phases. There's like the roll phase, or actually there's the selection phase, and then there's the roll phase, and then there's basically, if possible, the summon phase, the movement phase, the attack phase, all that good stuff. There's all these different phases, and so basically you need to create a player 1, a player 2, and it's player 1's turn, it's player 2's turn, and all that good stuff. Alright, so there's a couple questions I have for you guys. I'm going to skip on a couple ideas I have and just go straight to the questions real fast. Now, in the physical board game, there's a crest limiter where you can only have, I think, either 10 or 20 of each crest. Now, should there be a limit? That's the question. If anything, if that's undecided, I will create something where you can adjust the limit, so at least to a reasonable number. So if you really want to really be really torturing both you and your opponent, you can do like 1 crest limit. That'd be terrible in a long game, but it would get you to summon a lot of pieces, that's for sure. Also, another question would be how many monsters, or whatever you would call them, actually, I don't even know what they're called, figures? How many can you summon in the physical game and the video game, actually? You can only summon 10. Alright, so a couple more things I want to go over as far as rules that I kind of missed out in the last couple of videos is, 1, there will be a limit to the amount of dice you could select, so you definitely want to be careful on how you select your dice. It's just like a deck. I mean, I guess the deck can be unlimited. You can have as many as you want, but there definitely should be like a limit to dice. And like I said, you create the dice, but you don't create the dice. The way I'm thinking of it is you don't create the dice in game. You create the dice before. So before you enter the game, you're gonna create the dice. Trust me, for those of you who want to be able to create the dice in game, I'm doing you a huge favor, because that would just take all day, especially if there's online play. That would take forever for someone to select the dice. Even if there's a timer, it still would make the game really long and boring, because already there's enough that can happen, and there's already a lot of time that could be lost just by the player thinking, because it's like chess. You have all these different pieces. Which piece are you going to move next? How are you going to move it? And where? So that same kind of idea is in this. Oh man, I guess this video will be 20 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. It is another long video. Alright, so let's go to the end of this video. The last few things I wanted to go over that I also plan to implement. Now, there will be Exodia, but I also want, because there's another Exodia in the physical game called Lord Exodia, I think, or something like that, or Summoned Lord Exodia. I don't plan to actually have that piece in there because it seems kind of ridiculous to me to have it, because once you summon Exodia, you should win. So when you have all 5 pieces, that should be it. Now, there's actually a better idea I want to throw out there, is Exodia Necros, which Exodia Necros is basically if you lost a piece, or if you lose all your pieces, and they all go to the graveyard. In this case, I don't know what they call it in this game, but basically when you lose all your Exodia pieces, you could summon an Exodia Necros, which basically grows stronger each turn. Either that or he grows stronger each time he dies. I can't remember anymore, but I think Exodia Necros would actually be a good replacement, and a pretty cool one at that, because summoning Exodia is hard enough. With a defense of 0, which I don't know if I want to keep it that way, but if it is that way, a defense of 0 is really hard to summon Exodia. Also, if you guys don't want Exodia in the game where it's an instant win, then let me know. I think it is fair enough, because summoning Exodia is really hard and really unlikely that you'll summon him properly against a really good player. You can only probably summon Exodia against a really bad player, if you ask me. Or against the computer player in the Game Boy Advance game. Because the computer player in the Game Boy Advance game has, like, no brain. Yeah, here's another one. How big will this game be? It's a question I am asking myself, I guess. This game will be as big as you guys want it to be. There's no limit to how big this game will be. It'll just grow bigger and bigger and bigger over time, as long as there's at least an audience for the game. So what I mean by that is there's no limit to how many monsters, or pieces I should say, will be created. How many fields, how many ideas, how many characters. I mean, it goes on and on. Like, I don't plan to just create a game and then that's it. Enjoy. It's more, I create a game and the game basically just grows and gets better and better. And like I said, there will hopefully be a tool that I create. I mean, I'm not really thinking too much about it right now. But I mean, it's definitely on my mind, but a tool to allow you to make your own dice and your own monsters and all that good stuff. Definitely there'll be laws to it, though. So I don't think you'll be able to create the most strongest piece and then use it in the game. There'll definitely be laws. In fact, I actually created my own card game, and there's laws I created to each card. That way each card is even. And the way the laws will go in this game, as it does in my card game, is basically like this. The stronger the level, since it's harder to summon, the better the piece can be. So, in other words, you can't create a level 1 and make it ultimately powerful. There has to be something that evens it. So there's always something that's even. There's always an upside and downside. Level 1 is easy to summon, but really weak and doesn't do a whole lot for you. It probably puts a path down on the table, but that's about it. A stronger monster definitely can do a lot, because it's harder to summon, and it requires more time and more luck. So that's how that works. Oh man, I feel like I'm missing something. I really hope I'm not. But I really do enjoy making these videos, and I wish I could make more, but I can't, because I don't have any time for that. Everything kind of revolves around time in this world. Kind of sucks. Anyway, so that's that for right now. I hope you guys are pleased with what I have. I'm really excited about this game, especially as more gets done. It makes me even more excited to want to actually play it. I'm going to try to make a good computer player. It will definitely be smarter than the video game's computer player, but like I said, an algorithm or something like that would be great. Again, questions please. Any questions you have or suggestions or anything I'm doing wrong, just let me know. As far as this goes, do remember that I am the one programming the game. So, I mean, definitely give me your suggestion, but if I unfortunately do not do what you want me to do, I'm sorry. But this is also like kind of a game I anticipate as well. So I, at least for the beginning, I'm going to create a game, or at least this game, where it pleases me first. I mean, it definitely pleases you guys too, because I'm not going to put in some stupid ideas that no one likes. But definitely I'm worried about you guys, but my main focus is also creating the type of dungeon dice monsters that I envision first, before I get into the other things, if that makes sense. I hope that doesn't sound too selfish, but after, like I said, I am the one programming it for the moment. So Just bear with my ideas right now if you do not like them. But at least be somewhat respectful. Not that I've had a problem with that, but I'm just throwing out a disclaimer because I am somewhat sensitive at times. Anyway, that will be it for right now. Anyways, so I hope to hear from you guys. Share, please. Subscribe so that way you keep updated. I'm not saying that for my own benefit because I know everyone asks for that. But definitely if you want to, stay up to date with the videos, because I will post them regularly, do subscribe and do stay up to date, because it would be awful for you to watch a later video after missing, like, say, 2 or 3 videos and asking a question everyone already knows. Anyways, that's it. So, see you guys later, and hope you guys enjoyed this video.